Hello beautiful beings, hello beautiful creators, we are Kemet. The following video is what we've uploaded on our new OnlyFans page. We have created a new channel. The first channel is integrations and beautiful activations to release shame and judgment and other mastery level frequencies for lessons, School of Alchemy, beautiful rich information which has really assisted us with major breakthroughs in our current journey, so we trust it'll assist you. And this new page now is to really allow to empower everyone in their sexual energy, sexual experiencing, sexual intimacy with self, with another, with other partners, however you might align in terms of relationship, sexual intimacy and relationship and intimacy. So we look forward to what you discover and experience, and we look forward to seeing you there. We are having a 7-day free trial on this new channel, and for you to see what comes through there. And then the monthly subscription is $10, which is roughly around 170 180 rands a month. So let us know how this aligns for you. Should you be wanting to be open sexually, finally starts, for example, for us, we've had a few years of celibacy in this journey. We just have not been connecting in any sexual way with others, the self, and now it's coming back online quite richly. And in the process, we are receiving that, oh goodness, we're receiving this beautiful energy come through us, and it's awakening a beautiful remembrance of something we have actually always had, and yet seems we haven't brought to light, and now it's coming through to light. We've always been a very sexual being, and we've had shame and judgment about it in the past, not really understanding that the only reason why it wasn't expressed in a way which really honored us was because of the conditioning that allowed us to forget the wholeness we are. But now that we are in that space of wholeness and remembrance and activating our fullness now, we are finally birthing the truth of why we are so sexual and why we want to, what we want to do with the sexual energy in this lifetime. And one of the things that's always inspired us is to assist everyone to break free of sexual shame. We've known so many people in long-term relationships who don't really have a healthy sexual relationship or sexual experiencing because of shame, upbringing, preconceived beliefs, things that they're still holding on to 10, 20 years. And we're thinking, no, when you're in a relationship with somebody, sexual experience and intimacy, it's a beautiful experience. It's a beautiful co-creative space, and we would love to now awaken that space fully through your source frequency, which is your own way. Again, just like we've been doing integrations here, we're not doing it, we're not telling you how to be sexual. You're going to discover it in your own. We just simply bring in the frequencies, and as you know, you experience it in your own way. So we look forward to what comes through. Anyway, we won't speak too much. Here's the video, and enjoy. Love you lots. Bye. Hello everyone, we are Kemet. Thank you so much for joining us on this new page, on this new channel on OnlyFans. This channel is going to be focused on sexual expression, sexual intimacy, and sexual experiencing. And this is to assist to purify your frequency of sexual intimacy and sexual expression and sexual exploration. This is to allow you a limitless sense of being, a limitless sense of sexual expression without judgment or shame. This is to allow you to connect to your most intimate self, allowing yourself pleasure, allowing yourself satisfaction, and allowing yourself an openness that the sexual experience you're having is not only contained and is not only limited by the physical experiencing of sexual intimacy, but rather allows a transcendental, spiritual, energetic connection So your source is present. Your source is the foundation and the frequency you are opening and open to during your sexual expression, your sexual intimacy. Without shame, you allow your source to be present. Without shame, you allow yourself to be whole, open, with your whole spirit body present while you're having beautiful, intimate sexual experiences, sexual intercourse, whether you are alone, through masturbation, through experiencing sexual pleasure with sex toys, through tantric massage, through non-physical stimulation, with a sexual partner or sexual partners. Perhaps you are creating a sexual experience. Perhaps you run sexual programs to assist beings with sexual trauma. Or perhaps you're simply an adult sex worker and you wish to allow your service and your offerings to be aligned to your higher self. It doesn't mean that the work that you do and the way in which you express your sexuality becomes tamer or boring, or there's no such thing as, oh, now we need to be reverend. And no, it is an honoring of your frequency where you're still wild and passionate. In truth, more likely to be even more exploratory and wilder and more open to experiencing sexual intimacy and sexual experiences in a higher frequency, in places where perhaps you would shy from. Now you're allowing yourself to venture to. Your 3 favorite sexual positions become 20. Your singular orgasm becomes multiple in various ways, where it's not only an orgasm through ejaculation, but rather through the feeling of orgasmic frequencies, and the ejaculation is not an essential component, where you can just ride the waves of orgasmic pleasure, where perhaps you connect to another part of your whole being which comes through and co-creates with you and your partner in the sexual experience. How wonderful it would be to have a frequency of yours which has mastered a certain sexual technique or a certain sexual experience come through, embody, and you then learn this and experience it and channel this new sexual way of being and learn it and integrate it. Right? There is an infinite way of allowing oneself to be intimate. And one of the things that really inspired us to begin this space is to allow you, well, first to allow ourselves a honest and open understanding of what we enjoy sexually without shame, what turns us on without shame, what stimulates us without shame. Also allowing your sexual partner, our future potential sexual partner, to be open with us, to explore with us, that it's not a fixed thing we just do, but rather an exploration and an energy that builds and grows. We've always had this notion, goodness, surely if you've been 10 years in a relationship, you're having Olympic level sex. Sexual intimacy, love making, right? And what is really love making but the actual creation of the frequency of love? You are in harmony with the other being, and your intimate experience is literally materializing the frequency of love. That's how pure the energy is. And again, the purity doesn't mean, oh, this is vanilla sex. No. It means you are open and truthful and raw and primal and wild, allowing your energy to flow. And the other being is there with you in that space, and you're feeling safe. You're so intuitively connected. You are so aligned that you feel safe. You don't have to worry about it being too much or too intense. Of course, communication is there. And of course, you have full understanding of each other. And yes, there is absolute openness, honesty. You honor each other's limits, yet we wish to create a space where you feel limitless. You are so in sync and so in tune and so in harmony. You flow, and you are not directing, you're just in this fluidity, almost a trance-like state. And when you are complete, you're both complete to satisfaction, over and over and over again. This is what we're opening up to. We're asking Source to allow all energies, frequencies, and codes which allow the most highest, most beautiful, most passionate, most satisfying, most pleasurable sexual experiences to be open, to come through, to integrate, and to imbue the frequency within us, within you, to integrate, to activate, to awaken, and to allow an awakening of your sexual energy without any human interpretation, human limitation, human understanding, allowing your soul, your source, to show you, through you, the sexual being you are, what truly brings you pleasure. And yes, it can and it will involve physicality, and yet because it's not defined by physicality, the physical pleasure you're feeling and the physical tactile intimacy is aligned, is a manifestation of that energy, as opposed to the physical being responsible for the stimulation. So imagine that the energy is already there, you're already within that stimulation, you're already within that pleasure, and then the touch, and then the caress, and then the kiss, and then the penetration, and then you're already there, and then powerful, we feel. Powerful, we've always imagined it would be. We never shied away from pornography. Yes, it's judged, everything is judged. Yet we've always felt everything is an infinite spectrum of being. And you, being there in purity, allow a purification and a cleansing. You allow a freedom, a liberating. You allow an opening. For example, the tarot. Growing up, it was taboo, tarot, evil, oh, channeling the devil, etc., etc., etc. Yet, of course, as you grew up and out of the conditionings of society and the church and everything else in between, we realized this is a medium to connect to any energy, truly. It is up to you, up to who you are, to where you are, to what you are. And as we now connect to pure source energy, when we utilize the tarot, we bring through messages and integrations of pure source energy. Everything has a spectrum of being. When you judge, you close the door to healing. When you're curious and you're open and allow yourself to be in that space, now it becomes the frequency of love, the frequency of healing, the frequency of you. And in that space, you're able now to bring through so much wisdom and knowledge and activation and integration during a sexual experience. How marvelous. Exploring light codes, exploring your fullest primal self, which is source creating, releasing the mind and just having your pure source frequency. Now, some of you might say, but that's something we've already really mastered, that's something we already do. And then I say, well done, that's amazing. Now, then allow these codes to take you a step further. For we do not direct what comes through. Just in all our work, on our other OnlyFans page, Kemet Kah-Ri Alchemy, where we just bring integrations of the daily frequencies, on our YouTube, on our TikTok, Instagram, wherever you may find us, we do not define what we bring, what comes through. So wherever you are, whether you are someone who is a virgin and has never had sexual experience, whether you are somebody who is in a romantic, already existing relationship, whether you are married, whether you are single, whether you are a professional sexual expert, wherever you may be, receiving these codes allows an expansion and a further deepening and awakening of whatever or wherever you are to the next level, where you are even more in flow, in harmony, in synchronicity with your sexual energy. And in the space, whoever then views, should you be a sex worker, whoever views what you offer, they connect on a vibrational space. It's no longer an addiction. It's no longer it's no longer a disruption because of the intention of why they're there. Because you now purify that space before you begin with your own frequency. When they begin to watch, when they begin to view, when they begin to experience this, it allows a healing, it allows a clearing, an honoring of you, an honoring of your craft, an honoring of what you do. And for those of you who are simply witnessing or watch or connecting with us to further amplify or to heal sexual trauma or to turn on and reactivate your sexual energy, it'll then assist you to do so in a way which allows more exploration, fearless adventuring with your committed partner, no longer just doing what you have come to know works. Oh, this works, so let's. Or why, when you can explore an infinite number of things that perhaps take you to another level of, you didn't even know that that's how my body worked, but whoa, that just is, I didn't even know that happened, right? And every time experiencing something incredible. We do not have an idea of what is to come. We simply have the intention, as you have heard us describe, of where we wish all of you to be and experience out of this. We will be offering a frequency every day, and as we share this frequency on this channel, all of them will be timeless, so you'll be able to choose which one aligns with you. Some will be specifically for your own solo sexual experiencing, for it's important for everyone to know that you're allowed to pleasure yourself. You're allowed to have a sexual experience which is focused on you. And even if your partner, and we do encourage you to bring your partner along, even if your partner is here with you, because in these activations we suggest you are naked or clothed, but we do suggest you come with the understanding that you will be having sexual pleasure. We are not going to be the responsible for that sexual pleasure, so we're not doing anything remotely sexual. We're just going to anchor the frequency. You will feel the energies upon you, which is your energies, your source frequencies. You will feel your intuitive prompts as to how to touch yourself, how to move, how to feel, and allow yourself to go wild. We can't see you, so we're not judging you. Wouldn't judge you. Even if we could see you, wouldn't judge you. Who knows? Perhaps one day we will have something similar, akin to Short Bus. If anybody's ever watched the movie, we just have a big hall and everybody's there enjoying their sexual expressions freely and open while we just channel frequencies for you to align with. How beautiful and magical it would be to just have such freedom and purity of sexual expression without judgment, without shame. An honoring of body, an honoring of source, an honoring of the sacred experience, right? So we are not the object of the sexual desire. We are simply going to be quite neutral, sending through a light code. You can even just have us in the background somewhere. Even when you view us and you watch us, whatever you're feeling, you're going to feel yourself almost have a bit of a zoning out space where we're not the focal point. You become the focal point. So when the energy is more singular and solo, even with your sexual partner or sexual partners, you'll find that you'll want to focus on self. You will not really want to engage with the other being. And isn't that wonderful? That your sexual partner can just enjoy themselves without it having to be about you, witnessing them in that freedom. I think that's beautiful, to witness your sexual partner just having a sexual experience all about them and you just witnessing them enjoy themselves in the fullest way of their pleasuring, and has nothing to do with you. The freedom, right? It's so important to heal that aspect. And then of course some codes will then allow or align rather for a more intimate connection with your sexual partner, where you will intuitively know how to move and how to flow. These are your energies awakening within you, which have been dormant for a very long time because of shame and judgment being suppressed, which we are assisting to bring to light. So however you are feeling, whatever you are visualizing, whatever comes, don't judge, just allow yourselves to move the way you move, to flow the way you flow. Some of these integrations might be just almost like a aphrodisiac, so just a 5-minute integration to begin and then you just carry on, while others might be a state of transcendental or trance-like tantric frequencies where we are just perhaps channeling for 30 minutes, perhaps for an hour, even more, who knows? It just depends on the energy that's flowing through and you being intimate for all that time with self, with the other. And perhaps there will be no physicality where you don't touch yourself, and yet you're feeling all the energies within your frequency. So even for those who do not perhaps have the ability to move, or those who have lost the ability to move, you will still experience a sexual frequency and the pleasure, for it is vibration and it is not bound by physicality. We look forward to all of you experiencing this. We look forward to experiencing it, and we are so happy to be able to share this in a way which we finally understand. And how this energy progresses, we will see. Should we have other collaborators come through and we engage in the meditation while they share some sexual expertise or some frequency, who knows? We are not going to limit this at all. We are exploring, we're open. It's time for sexual exploration to be open, because then it can then come to the light in a purer sense, in a purer state. In that way, it will not harm you, the one creating your content. It won't harm the viewer. And it won't harm the other beings you're co-creating with. It will be mindful, it will be conscious, and it will not cause any harm or damage or abusive frequencies to anybody watching, anybody experiencing, and those involved. The highest honoring will be aligned with this process. We shall begin today, right now, and with this one, you do not have to worry. It is, if you're thinking, oh wait, I'm not ready, we will begin with the official, how can we say, the official download of this energy with the next video. With this one, it feels like a preparation, a preparatory step to integrate. For those of you who are interested, you can then continue watching. If you're not interested, then you can stop the video here, because now you know the introduction, what we are wishing to share on our OnlyFans. We'll be sharing this on YouTube, we'll be sharing this on Instagram, we'll be sharing this on the other social media, so that you can all come and follow us there, should you feel aligned. And you can also follow the other alchemy page should you be not used to this. You might be following us or finding us through other channels, and so haven't even engaged in any of our integration work. So then the other OnlyFans page is just pure integration page, assisting with releasing of shame, releasing of judgment. Why OnlyFans? To begin this, judgment is the first thing that has to go. Judgment closes the door to healing. So whatever judgment you have to that space will have to be released before you can begin, because you cannot judge self and then expect to be open. So whatever you judge there, it begins within you. It begins with you, right? This one we're going to share now. It feels like preparatory to allow you a sense of feeling of the energy we're going to bring there. And wherever you be, we feel it will also allow an opening of sexual energy, which is from your pure source frequency. So should you then, after this integration, have a sexual experience, you will feel a shift, and you will feel the opening and the furthering of your sexual experiencing and expression. The healing begins already. And it's not a healing because you're broken. You're not broken. You are not, there's nothing wrong. It is simply that the shame and the judgment has decided that your wholeness is not good enough. So you have sort of stepped away from your wholeness. And we are just saying, hey, come back to your wholeness, and then. And that's the healing. That's the restoration. It's you, oh, wait a minute, I'm actually whole. I'm actually already a masterful sexual being. And I now want to explore what this masterful sexual being I am can do. And we are simply allowing a maintenance of that frequency of you acknowledging and allowing the wholeness of you to be, until such a time where you can maintain this for yourself. And then, of course, then the codes take you to something else, right? It's like plant medicine. Everything on this earth is a learning for you to explore and expand upon self, first and foremost. But before you can do that, when you came here, you got conditioned. So now all the plant medicine first has to assist you to remind you of who you are, the wholeness, return to wholeness, clear everything that denies you the remembrance that you are whole. So it's the healing, the learning, the teaching, the integrating, the clearing, the purging work the plant medicines assist you with, because first let you reclaim your wholeness. Now we can begin, and now you can start learning. Now when you take the plant medicines, it's not to purge or to clear or to heal or to shed. It's now to explore and to enjoy and to expand and to see what else you can do. It becomes a learning, an exploration. It doesn't become first step, get you to return home, allow you the remembrance of home before you can then, right? So you'll find that the codes that you receive now will first be hey, this is what you have been running away from, your sexual wholeness, the shame, the judgment, whatever it may be, conscious, unconscious, be open. Be open. We never stop learning. Be open and say, okay, I thought I was quite sexually free, but hey, let's see. Maybe there's something there that I'm not aware of. There's always so much to learn, right? I've learned it all through the human perspective. Let's now learn it through the source perspective. Let's see what the non-physical has to say about this, has to feel about this, has to share about this. The unknown. What does the unknown want to share when it comes to sexual expression in the physical? That's interesting, right? So the codes will assist you to reclaim your wholeness. Once you're there, seated, and you're no longer shying away from self, now even more exploration begins. Again, as we have shared before, we are simply here to maintain the frequency like a crystal. So you can have us as a background. You can view, and even if you look at us, it's going to not really do anything for you other than just allow you that state, and just allow yourself to melt into your highest frequency of sexual pleasure, desire, expansion, learning. We receive source saying some of you will be just learning new skills. You're busy there with your partner, intimate, and then all of a sudden you're doing something new, just organically, intuitively, which pleases the both of you. It is a remembrance. Oh, hello. It is a remembrance of your sexual mastery that's really coming through strongly. Only on earth do humans judge it so much, sexual expression. On all other frequencies, sexuality and sexual expression is so open and is so explored and honored that only us humans shame and judge it, so it's almost limited, the experiencing of it. And so in this space we are allowing more of you than you have ever allowed yourself to be in the presence of your own sexual experiencing and with your partner. Okay, we may begin now. So you can just close your eyes for this first. Deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath out through your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath out through your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath out through your mouth. Keep breathing like this. Reconnect to your sexual organs. Karoshka. You are free to be. Show us. Reshkato. Valova. Kiashka. Connecting to your hormones and your nervous system, which has also been suppressed and through the shame recalibrated to align to this, right? So releasing the shame, the judgment, Ratoshka, Kivialova, and restoring the hormone balance and nervous sensory system to openness, to the openness and the full experiencing of your sexual energy. Katora, kakeshka, kator, palova, ke, katurka. Should you feel stimulated, just allow. No shame. Connecting to your mind, Rashka. Dissolving any blocks to your sexual energy, sexual expression, any programs, conditions, trauma, anything that would hinder you from fully engaging in the best sexual experiences of your life, with you, with your partner, alone, however it may apply and align to you. And your body, that you may feel safe and trust your body. Trust what you can do and trust what you want to try, knowing that whatever you receive is always within your well-being, your love, pure energies, unconditional love. You're allowed to trust sexual energy within you. In this way of purity, of source, it will never harm you or harm the other. You will never cross boundaries or limits. It will always be within pleasure, consent, harmony, celebration of self and each other. Connecting to your energy body, receiving, connecting to your mental body, receiving, connecting to your physical body, receiving, and your emotional body, receiving. And now we're just going to allow your sexual energy to flow freely through you, allowing this beautiful energy of yours, your sexual energy, your sexual frequency, your sexual source, which is your source really, allowing your source to finally be involved in your sexuality, in your sexual expression, which sounds silly but is true, right? So often we separate spirituality and sexuality. And now it's finally saying, hey, soul, you came here to explore sexual experiences on earth too, right? So do your thing within us. What needs to be shifted? What needs to be realigned or what perception shift is required? What energetic shift? What physical shift? Allowing your source to divinely intervene in your favor to allow you a beautiful space to begin to truly explore your sexual experiences, sexual intimacy, sexual expression, fully and wholly like never before. No matter who you are, where you are, in a pure, safe, beautiful, powerful, passionate and wild, full Thank you so much for joining. And we just received that should you be one of those beings who have experienced sexual trauma, sexual abuse in your upbringing, perhaps as you were a child or even in adult life, this will assist you to heal and to be able to be open to enjoy sexual experiences again, now when you are ready and wanting to, where you reclaim your sexual power as yours, and you no longer feel that it is something that has been taken away from you, but rather a frequency you have reclaimed now in your truth, in your power, and in your love, in your love. We look forward to this new experiencing, and we look forward to what you experience through these energies coming through at this time. Within love, we are Kemet. We will see you soon. Blessed be.